All right, long time coming. We now welcome on Mr. Kyle Larson, NASCAR driver, the man, myth, the legend himself. He finally made it. My meeting alarm is going off right now, by the way. So that lets us know that you're here. Yeah, great start. Yeah, we were talking a little bit about the backdrop you got going on. So you're already in Arizona. You guys are already rocking and rolling over there.
Yep. Yeah, we headed here after the race on Sunday. So I flew with Denny, so he had to wait a while for me to get done. But yeah, we're here in Scottsdale, camped out for the week, get to do some golf and hang out, just eat some great food, walk around, enjoy some awesome weather is the main thing. It's been pretty crappy in North Carolina for a while now. So good to be out here and enjoying some relaxation.
Nice, man. We dig it. Yeah, the energy is always good, and it's always high in Arizona. So it's good stuff. So, Kyle, this is your first time on the show with us. We do a little something different in the beginning of the show to kind of just like set the mood. It's called the Chef Sampler. Okay, so this is Chef Boy, by the way. I'm Garage Guy, Chef Boy. Chef Boy is going to go ahead and hit you up with some questions that you may not get asked all the time. So that's what we pride ourselves on here.
Yeah, they're fun questions. They're built to be like yes or no or just one word, like rapid response. They're pretty laid back. If you don't know the answer to one, just say neither. So Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan.
Manning or Brady?
Brady.
Office or Parks and Rec?
What?
The Office or Parks and Rec? So maybe not a Netflix guy.
Neither. I've never watched any of them.
Gotcha. Marvel or Star Wars?
Neither.
So basically just always driving.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Marvel over Star Wars. My kids are into like superheroes and stuff. So I'll say that, but I'm not into either.
Gotcha. Beer or bourbon?
Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan.
There you go.
Check it
out. That's a first on the show.
Yeah.
Do it myself or delegate and manage?
Delegate and manage.
Nice. That keeps you on the golf course.
Yeah, exactly.
Money or influence?
Both.
Nice answer. I think that's like everyone's answer.
Yeah.
Favorite sport to watch outside of motorsports?
Golf. Yeah, definitely.
Golf.
That's the first time someone has not said hockey out of the Cup Series. That's incredible.
Well, I was thinking hockey, but yeah, golf.
Nice.
All the way.
Last one here. Hypothetical scenario. You got 2 to go. In the Cup Series, most satisfying person to pass on the final lap for the win. It can be a rival or it can be a best friend. You keep it fun.
Probably Kyle Busch, just because he's so good and so competitive and hates to lose. Probably Kyle, just because if you passed him, you did something extremely special.
Nice.
Well, you definitely took care of that at Vegas this week. So good job there, man. Good job.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, so you survived the sampler. You're here. Yeah, little golf clap there. That's awesome. I'm sure you've watched the Tiger documentary on HBO, by the way, by now, right?
I just did. Yeah. I flew home from Homestead and watched it. It's long, so I watched it till like 3 a.m.
It's so good, though.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, a little sad, but really good.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's good to hear that he's good to go and he's all healthy and stuff. So we're happy for that. We're big Tiger guys. So, so looking into this, you just won at Vegas, man. You're back in the Cup Series after taking the time off, and you came in heavy within the first month with a huge win, dude. At Vegas, which is a track that I know, like over time, it hasn't always been the best, but I mean, for you to win here was a total surprise, man, to a lot of people. I'm sure maybe not to yourself, but is this just more credit to just the hunger, or is more credit to the Hendrick cars, or just being back in general?
Well, I think definitely the credit goes to my race team and building a fast race car. That's what you really need to win cup races is a fast race car and a great pit crew. The pit crew did an awesome job all day too. So definitely a credit to them. I guess, yeah, I wasn't surprised that we were good. Just, looking back at the history of Hendrick cars there, they've always been competitive and upfront challenging. In mile and a halves, I feel like, even though I hadn't won L1, I feel like they suit me really well. So yeah, I wasn't surprised, but I guess a little bit maybe surprised, or just thankful that we had a dominating race car that day.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So I got one more question about Vegas. So a lot of what we do in Garage Guys, Kyle, is we play fantasy sports, we play DraftKings. Last week, I had you in a ton of lineups, and it was great. This week, I didn't have you in, I don't think, but maybe one lineup, and then someone else in the lineup crashed or something. So it didn't end well for me, and my wife is going to probably kick me out of the house. I might be living at Walmart. How does it feel that your driving skills basically are going to put me on the curb?
I don't know. Man, I'm not sure, and I'm sure on DraftKings now will probably be worth even more money. So it'd be harder to pick me sometimes, but you'll be all right. I drove my motorhome around a lot last year and slept in Walmart parking lots, so it's not too bad.
He believes, man. That's epic stuff. Yeah, man. We you took it to the house on us, man. Like we do a lot of betting and stuff like that too. So yeah, this was the week we didn't have you, but no more. We learned our lesson, Kyle. Okay, we've learned our lesson. A lot of credit these intermediate tracks, like, at Homestead, you've always been good. And then in Vegas, they're similar and they're a little bit different, but a lot of dirt racers, they tend to do really well at these tracks. I just kind of want to go back to whenever you were younger, when you started racing, like obviously dirt cars is what you first got into. Who was like the person that like just pushed you the most, like to just get just to really kind of like draw you into the sport and like really just take hold of and have to help you become what you've become today?
Well, I think probably my dad for sure. He was a big part of my career. Through go-karts, obviously, taking care of all my go-kart stuff, and then even once I got moved up into sprint cars and things like that, he was always the guy that would kind of lend me some coaching and advice and things like that, not necessarily on driving, but more so of how to represent yourself kind of outside the car. So there was my dad for sure, and then a local racer, David Robinson Jr. In California. He's a legend, I guess you can call him, and mostly probably 360 sprint racing out there, but he was the guy who kind of, in the first year or two of my sprint car career in California, that really helped kind of coach me and teach me a lot of things about driving and using the brake pedal and just searching for lines and stuff like that. So he was definitely a good help to me. And there's always, there's been a lot of drivers throughout the early years of my sprint car career that offered advice here and there, but Power Feed, we call him Power Feed, he was the guy who helped out the most, probably.
It's epic stuff, man. And I know that, like, coming from that background, I mean, there's a couple other guys that we've talked to, Ricky Stenhouse being one. He's Mississippi. Like, we're basically Mississippi like show. Like, he's from Hattiesburg and I'm from like the Louisiana area. So I know there's a lot of dirt racing and stuff that goes on there. So I mean, it's cool to get to know more of the drivers that started on that foundation of the sport and being able to bring that into Cup. So we definitely like that. And the one thing I would say about dirt is they don't really do like a lot of like practice and qualifying stuff. Mostly either do that's kind of just get up there and show up and show out.
Yeah, you'll get like 3 to 4 laps of practice and then qualifying and then you're racing. So yeah, you got to figure it out quick.
Speaking of that, Kyle, have you liked the change? I know your competition has gone through a whole year of basically the COVID season of no qualifying. Do you like the change, or are you kind of relying on your teammates to get you caught up to speed? How's that transition for you?
Well, I like it because, well, you get to spend more time at home, which is good. The schedule is so busy and hectic, and you're only home that often, and it was really running the crew members down the most, because they're working hard all throughout the week, gone from their families a lot. So just being able to be home, I think, has made a lot of people enjoy their jobs even more. And then too, I think I like the preparation side of it now. You have to work way harder throughout the week in preparing yourself and your race car, to have a good shot to have a good race on the weekend. So I like that part, and I think it suits me a little bit. I feel like because of my dirt background and basically just showing up and racing my whole life growing up, I feel like I adapt pretty well and can get comfortable quickly. So I think it definitely suits a guy like me a little bit. The races are so long and all the drivers are so good that we all figure it out pretty quickly. But I feel like even if my car is not right, I can find some things on the racetrack to help me out quickly. And if we had practice, I think everybody figures that out eventually, on Fridays and stuff. And so yeah, it's fun. I enjoy the schedule how it is.
That's epic, man. Yeah, I kind of do as well. Like it's challenging for people like in our situation, but I definitely think from like an entertainment standpoint, it's pretty awesome, and it really just goes to show like who's able to feel a car a lot better than most people, like you say. So that's pretty dope. Going back with dirt though, I do remember you won the Chili Bowl last year. You made a statement, and I want to know if you stand by this or not. You said winning the Chili Bowl was better than the Daytona 500. Do you still stand by that?
Well, I haven't won the Daytona 500 yet, so I don't know, but I do know the Daytona 500 pays a lot more. So
yes.
maybe once someday if I win the 500, I'll be like, oh, I was totally wrong in 2020. So no, Chili Bowl is just it's a race that's special to me, and I've been racing in it now 14 years, so a long time, and I had a ton of heartbreak in that building of leading laps on Saturday and blowing an engine or screwing up and giving the race to Bell. So I think when you have heartbreak like that, it makes you want to win there even more. But once you do finally win, it's just a whole load of relief off you, and just feels great because you finally accomplished something that had you've known that you could do it, but had given it away on different occasions. So it's a cool race. 300 and some odd cars every year. It's a tough one. You need a lot of luck to win it, but it's such a cool event.
Right, for sure. Going into Cup Series back, staying here in this area now, you got Nations Guard on as a sponsor. So I know that HendrickCars.com is sponsoring you as well as the car that you just had this past week. As you can see, I'm rocking Kellogg's Racing here today. Okay, big fan of Mr. Terry Two Time right here. So we call him in the garage. We call him Terry Two Time. It's Terry Labonte. So we're basically going to just go ahead and like start trying to make the Kellogg sponsorship happen for you now. All we need to do is just, we should get with your people. They'll get with our people. We need to bring this in. But this win that you just had, do you think this is definitely going to help draw some more attention to get some new brands on the whip, or what?
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think, when you win races and continue to do good things off the racetrack, it'll help attract some sponsorships. So just got to continue to do a good job on and off the racetrack, win races and do great things on the track, but then off the racetrack, like I just started my own foundation. And I think doing things like that and showing people and companies that I'm a growing person. Hopefully they'll want to jump on board with what I've got going on, and hopefully want to win races with us. So I know it'll take a lot of work, but we're up for the challenge, and just look forward to kind of growing myself back up and getting some sponsors on our race car.
Heck yeah, man. You want to talk a little bit about your foundation real quick and what you guys are doing?
Yeah, for sure. So it's been something that I've been kind of working on for a while, and something I've wanted to do for, probably 4 or 5 years. I just had never pulled the trigger and done it until now. And so yeah, we're calling it the Kyle Larson Foundation, the Drive for 5 program. It's where I donate $5 per lap I complete and $5,000 for every top 5 finish. So already this year I've, completed over 600 laps and 2 top 5 finishes. So that's, around $14,000. And yeah, the 3 organizations I'll be working with are, 2 of them are, organizations that I worked with throughout last year. And before that, even the Tony Sane Foundation, and then the Urban Youth Racing School. And then also we'll be working with the Hendrick Cares program. So through it, I'm dedicated to bringing people together and providing support to benefit today's youth, families, and communities in need. So it's exciting. A lot of drivers have their own foundations, and I've gone to a lot of their events and things like that. And it's always been cool, fun things to do. So it's been something, like I said, I've wanted to do, just finally getting it together and doing it. So looking forward to growing that and growing it into something big.
Awesome, man. Yeah, we'll definitely be on the lookout, and it's awesome that you're doing that stuff too. So yeah, I got a good feeling you're going to rack up a ton of cash for the foundation this year, especially with the speed that we saw in Vegas. So I guess we're getting.
I want to ask him about his golf game real quick.
Yeah, let's. Okay. That's what I was about to say. I was about to bring that up.
Kyle, just in general, how's your golf game, and maybe like a favorite person you played around with that you were looking forward to that you got the chance to play with?
Well, so about a year ago this time, when COVID first hit, right before it hit, I was playing the best I've ever played. We went to the Grove in Jupiter. That's Michael Jordan's course. Last year I shot a 76, I think, or 77 for my best round ever. And since that day, it's been fell off a cliff really bad. So yesterday I got into the 80s for the first time in 2021. So maybe I'm trending back the right direction, but it's been bad, and it's been so bad I don't even really care to golf. It's just so frustrating. But once you have a decent, I had a good back nine yesterday. I shot a 46 on the front, 40 on the back, and the back nine made me all right, maybe I like golf again. But I've played with some cool people, and played in some pro-ams, which was really cool. Funny story about me being a bad golfer. But my first ever pro-am was for the Wells Fargo at Quail Hollow in Charlotte. This was probably 3 or 4 years ago now, but I'm on the range. Patrick Reed had just won the Masters, and he's I don't know, a few stations down. There's nobody in between us, but he's probably 10, 12 feet away from me. I'm nervous. There's pro golfers up there. There's people in the stands watching, and I don't know if they know me or not. But anyways, I go to do just a little practice swing, a little half swing, and next to the ball. I got the ball in front of me, whatever. Do it next to the ball. Well, I clipped the ball with the very toe of the club, and it goes dead right across the front of Patrick Reed's toes. And he didn't even. I would assume that he probably saw it run across his toes, but he didn't look up or anything. He had his headphones in, and I'm just super embarrassed. And that's my funny golf story.
He probably thought you were Ricky Fowler. That's what you should have done. You should have just played that off. Dude. You should have played off the Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, poor Ricky. He'll get his game dialed back in here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And you say he had his headphones in. He's definitely listened to Imagine Dragons. Do you remember that during the Masters when, literally, I don't remember what the announcer was, but he's, sitting there welcome to the new age. to the new age. Like just like hitting that out there like that. It was goofy.
I missed that, but no, that's funny.
You gotta look it up on YouTube for sure.
Okay.
Dude, Kyle, man, thanks so much for being on the show. And before we let you go, dude, there was one thing I needed to bring up. Okay, this has been weighing heavy on my heart for 2 years now. And I'm ready to put it behind us, man. So I made this imaginary rivalry between the two of us in 2019 because when I just started writing about fantasy NASCAR, I literally wrote up an article and I was like, sleepers and drivers to avoid. So this is around the time you were having some pretty bad luck in the beginning of the year. And I put you as a driver to avoid, a big red X, and I tagged you. Like just the audacity that I had, And you come back and you clapped at me and you were like, hey, like, yeah, this happened. I'm like, well, you got to prove strong. And the next week you came out in Richmond and it did not end well, was a DNF. And I thought about that for a long time. And I was like, all right, the day that I get to like talk to Kyle, we're going to hash this out. So does this imaginary rivalry still exist or is it time to put it behind us?
Now that you mentioned it, I do kind of remember that. But no rivalry. You guys are cool. So
all right.
I loved being on here. It was fun. So yeah, no rivalry.
All right, dope. I'm gonna bring golf clubs to Talladega, and we're gonna make sure we stay 6 feet apart, and we're gonna knock them.
Right. Yeah, sounds good.
All right, man. Thanks so much. Y'all enjoy it, dude. Take it easy.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
man.
thanks. See you guys.